Hey guys, what's up? I'm starting a new channel. It's going to be called Weather or Not with Tia Timonare. I will talk about the name a little bit later on. For now though, this is not Black Vibes Japan, my other podcast that you might know. I hope you guys do subscribe and like and share with your friends. Black Vibes Japan is a podcast that I have with a guy called Evans. We both live in Japan. He's a comedian, I'm a weatherman, and we are talking about our life, we tell stories about things that happen about us or to us, more like it, things that happen to us here. Listen here, it's just vibes, it's cool things, nice things about Japan. Please go and check that podcast out if you want to know everything Black Vibes, Black people, us living in Japan. This one though, I decided to make this channel because I want to follow the Africa Cup of Nations, and I thought, wow, what a good way to practice making more podcasts or making more videos, YouTube videos. I really like it. I like being in front of a camera. I like talking to you guys. In this channel though, or in this space, it's gonna start off now as me going through this edition of AFCON 2025-2026 of AFCON, living in Japan. It's very hard to follow the games because the time zones are mad. Oh my God, the games, we have to watch them at 1 a.m. or midnight, 5 in the morning. So it's really tough to follow them. Most of the games I watch after they have played. But this one is a big one. This is a very big AFCON. I've got really good feelings about this one. I think we're gonna win this AFCON. South Africa, when I say we, I mean South Africa. I think we are going to win this AFCON, guys, because we are playing so well. Everything is just aligned just right for us. The qualifiers were really great. And again, I'm not gonna talk to you as if I've been following Bafana Bafana, you know, every single match, every single detail that's been happening with them. Like I said, it's very difficult for us to watch the games. It's very difficult for us to watch football and watch any form of sports because of time zones, you know, unless it's playing in Asia times, unless it's playing in Japan time. I have to stay up late at night, or I have to wake up early in the morning to watch it. And I'm used to it. I've been living in Japan for 8 years. I'm used to it, but it's still very hard. But this one, I really can't miss this AFCON. In fact, I haven't really missed any AFCONs. Yeah, the last 2 or 3 AFCONs I've watched or I have followed, even though I've watched highlights or watching it sort of backdated, not live, you know, watching the game way after it is played. But it is so hard because a lot of the games I want to watch it without knowing the score, and it's a mess. My friends, we've got WhatsApp groups, you know, my friends on the WhatsApp groups, they always update by mistake sometimes, or they just, you know, talk about the score, or talk about what happened before I wake up. And then when I wake up and I see a whole line of messages and people will be saying, Manchester lost again to Aston Villa, and I'm like, oh, I wanted to see that game, guys. Yeah, I support Manchester United, as you can see by this shirt behind me. But enough about that. I decided to start this channel because, yeah, I like making videos. They're gonna be a little, you know, very standard, very plain, because I'm not gonna do a lot of editing. It's just me, my views, and how I see the games or how I feel about the game. Like this tournament specifically, I don't know why. I really feel like we are going to win this one, guys. And I hope so. I'm going to follow this AFCON with the vibes, and I'm going to make these videos with the vibes of us going the full Monty, going all the way to winning the AFCON. I remember the first AFCON that I ever watched, which was a very special AFCON for me. Back in 1996, I watched it with my dad. It's special because during that time, he was very involved with like getting me into football. He bought this football magazine, you know, like a magazine about the AFCON, and it had a lot of information in it about all the participating countries, everything about, or not everything, a lot of things about Africa and football or AFCON related material in it. And I think that magazine is also what got me into loving geography the way that I love it now, because it had the African map in the front page, and then in the middle it had this spread of all the flags and all the locations, the regions, population dynamics, of the continent, of course, of the African continent, of course. And I think that's when my love for geography, that's when it developed, because I used to go through all those maps and the flags, and I was just blown away by how big the continent is. And that's why that AFCON was special to me, because I watched it with my dad. It was the first footballing tournament that I watched consciously, knowing what's going to happen, what was happening. I knew most of the players, the South African players at that time, and I was still quite young, I remember then. And unfortunately, my dad passed away towards the end of that AFCON. And it was he died at a time where we were already in the knockout phases. I think it was close to the semi-finals. And in the magazine that he had bought, there were slots for the group stages, all the teams that involved. You could write their scores, who won, who lost, what the score was, and who moved on to the next round. And that round robin section, all of that was in there, and I was filling it up with him. And it was just such a beautiful and such a special moment for me. I remember that, not as clearly as I want to, because that was all 30 years ago. And now 30 years ago, that's when South Africa last won the AFCON. So it was quite a while, and I feel like the stars are aligning again. There's so many similarities if you think about it. That AFCON 30 years ago, we won our opening game. This AFCON, we won our opening game. That AFCON 30 years ago, we had Egypt, Angola, and Cameroon in our group. This AFCON 2025-2026, we've got Egypt, Angola, but instead of Cameroon, we've got Zimbabwe. And I feel like Zimbabwe, they are playing very well. They narrowly lost to Egypt 2-1 in their opening game. But I feel like they are the team that is going to suffer the most, in my opinion. And it's not a very strong opinion, this one. I am not a tactical, I'm not a football specialist. I'm just a fan. I love football and I love what I see. I'm not that type of person who discusses formation or who plays here, who plays where. I just love watching it, and I love when people shoot from range, which is what we do in South Africa. We nearly broke that goalpost, didn't we? Crossbar. But anyway, yeah, I'm that kind of person. I go by feeling, and I feel like in this round, and my feeling is wrong a lot of time. I feel like this time around, we might win the group. South Africa might come first, and then Egypt second, Zimbabwe third, and Angola last. That's how I kind of feel is gonna go. But Zimbabwe and Angola, I think they're gonna be knocked out. Cross your fingers that it's actually Egypt that gets knocked out, but I don't think so, because they won their first game, we've won our first game. So at the moment, Egypt is leading the group, but I still think we can win the group. In 1996, if memory serves me correct, and I'll also Google if I can't remember, but if memory serves me correct, we won 2 games and lost 1, and the one that we lost was against Egypt. They beat us 1-0, yeah. But we beat Cameroon, opening game, 3-0, and then we beat Angola. Those are the games I can, or those are the scores. Actually, hang on. I'm just gonna Google it quickly here, just to check if I am not mistaken. But I think that's how it went. Yeah, here it comes. Yeah, first game, South Africa 3-0 Cameroon. That was back in 1996. And then Egypt beat Angola 2-1. And then our next game was South Africa versus Angola. We beat them 1-0. Yeah, and then the third game was South Africa versus Egypt, which we lost 1-0. We went through, though, top of the group that back then in 1996 with 6 points. Also, Egypt got 6 points, Cameroon got 4, and Angola got 1. And I feel like it's kind of gonna go similar this time around. South Africa will be top of the group, Egypt will be second, Zimbabwe third, and Angola will be last. So, crossing fingers, I hope that's how it goes. Resting fathers. Dad, here's my dad, by the way. The poor guy, man, he died at 29 years old. 30 years ago. He would have been 59 if my mathematics is anything to go by. He would have been 59 this year. Man, I hope your spirit is there. I hope you are watching it with me. Never mind the black label next to you. I don't think you imagine me to be this alcoholic that I am when I was younger, but the stories for another day. Yeah, I hope you're watching with me, Dad, wherever you are, and I hope we go through this AFCON together. And please, let us win. Let us win. Okay, so just a quick background. For those that do not know, my name is Tieti Monare. I used to be a weatherman in South Africa. Now I'm a weatherman in Japan. I've been living here for 8 years. I've got a podcast called Black Vibes Japan. If you watch episode 1, you know all about my life and all the things I get up to here in Japan. And if you watch all the other episodes, there's about 19 or 20 episodes now. So if you watch all of those, you'll get a good sense and a good vibe of how my life has been going here in Japan. But just briefly here, I've been here for a couple of years. I work for the TV station here and I watch football a lot, almost all the time. The teams that I support are in order of importance, ne? Bafana Bafana, Kaizer Chiefs. Bafana Bafana is South Africa. South Africa, the national team. Bafana Bafana, the ones that are in AFCON now, the ones that I think are going to win AFCON. I'm saying this, not for you South Africans, you guys know this, but I'm saying it for Americans and everybody else. Very important for Americans, Mexicans, and Canadians, because we will be invading your country in June for the World Cup. This AFCON is actually perfect because it is just going to give us a big sense of which African teams mean business when the World Cup comes around in June, July. So the teams that I support, South Africa, in order of importance, South Africa, Bafana Bafana, and then Kaizer Chiefs, the one in the middle here. This is a club in South Africa, the Premier Soccer League, the biggest club football in the continent. Whether or not you agree has nothing to do with me. And then Manchester United, the Red Devils, also my favorite team. I can't remember when I started supporting all these clubs, but I feel like ever since I was born, they've just been ingrained in me. They are in my blood. But yeah, Manchester United, the biggest team in Europe. Again, whether or not you agree has nothing to do with me, dog. This is the biggest team, or these are the biggest clubs in the world, and then that's the biggest club, the biggest country in Africa. That's about it, guys. So we played well in our opening game. We played against Angola. I've got friends from Angola. Jesse, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry we beat your team, your country. But it is what it is. Yeah, we played really well. We probably should have scored more goals. You know, we should have dominated a lot more and made a stamp on it. Our next game, let me check. Our next game will be South Africa versus Egypt. It's going to be this Friday, shortly after Christmas. For me, in Japan, it will be at midnight, guys. So Friday becoming Saturday, midnight. I'll be up, my eyes. Yeah, I'll be up. Fortunately, I'm on vacation now, holidays. Well, on vacation, I mean, it's just holidays. I'm nowhere. I'm staying at home. It's cold. I don't have any plans. This is the first Christmas I am spending in Japan in a long time. I can't remember the last time I spent a Christmas in Japan. Yeah, last year I was in South Africa, which was fun, and I'm having serious FOMO now. The year before that, I was in South Korea, and then the year before that, again, I was in South Africa. And then the year before that, I was in the United States. Wow, yeah. I haven't spent Christmas in Japan in ages. I think the last one was 2018. Yeah, oh my goodness. Yeah, that was so long ago. But anyway, yeah, so I'm spending my first Christmas in a long time here in Japan. I'll be watching the AFCON. I'll be going out with my friends, having a drink here and there, and we'll be talking about the games, and we'll be chatting about who's who in the AFCON and who are the ones to watch out for. I mean, I think we already know the big giants. We'll know about Algeria, the North African ones, you know, Morocco, the hosts, but they are our daily bread. They know we are going to beat Morocco if we meet them along the way. If we meet them along the way, or at least I hope. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this journey with me. Sometimes I'll be shooting these videos live as I'm watching the game if it's happening early enough. Sometimes I will be doing them right after the game, and we'll do a quick reflection. It's not going to be anything hectic. Like I said, I'm not going to be doing tactics. I wish actually I could do tactics with my friend Len Moleko. Oh man, that guy knows so much about sport, and he's been a good friend of mine for such a long time. I wish I could do it with him, but yeah, I'm in Japan now. Shogunai, as they say. Can't be helped. And I can't do it with Evans, my other friend who I have the podcast with, because he's very busy and we've got another podcast together. So it's going to be like overlapping, doing BVJ stuff with him and then doing AFCON stuff with him. But that's it. Before I go, just a quick background. I'm a lover of geography. I'm a lover of sports. So now and then I will do other stuff not related to the football, not related to my life in Japan, but maybe related to the weather. which brings me back to the name of this channel, Weather or Not. Whether it's weather or not, whether it's weather, yeah, we talk about it. If it's not weather, we can still talk about it. A lot of people ask me, hey man, when is the next tsunami happening? I don't know. Nobody can predict tsunamis because it's not the weather. It's not something you predict. You know, it's related to seismology, to earthquakes and stuff like that. Yeah, that's a little bit of my nerdy side coming out, but that's that. I'm just a big old nerd that loves football, and we'll be talking a lot about the AFCON over the next couple of days. So, couple of games, couple of days. I'll be recording this, getting a little bit of practice into podcasting, into making YouTube videos for you. Hit me in the comments, like and subscribe, share with your friends. I know you guys are getting tired of all of this because there's so many podcasts, so many channels. Yeah, you see TAT all the time on NHK. You see TAT on Black Vibes Japan. Now you are seeing TAT on Weather or Not with T. Okay, that was me. Once again, please do enjoy Bafana Bafana. Enjoy the games. Like I said, we are going to win this AFCON. I can feel it in my bones. Can you feel it in your bones? Do you agree with me? And once again, whether or not you agree, it has nothing to do with me. Okay, see you in the next one.